Chris Hemsworth could be suffering from a terrible illness that would make him retire soon from Hollywood.
The idea that I won't be able to remember the life I've experienced, or my wife, my kids, this is probably my biggest fear.
The heartthrob not only shines on the screens, but also on every red carpet he steps on, where he doesn't hesitate to show his love for his wife.
Who are you fanning out tonight for?
Fanning out? Yeah. My wife, always.
But despite appearing perfect, they would be accused of being terrible parents and discarding Miley Cyrus without mercy from his family.
The last song. The world would have been, his life would be very different, wouldn't it?
Questionable images of excess put Chris in the middle of controversy, and a strong scientific theory would speculate that the actor would soon be suffering from an incurable disease. What is the truth behind this popular actor? What controversies has he been involved in with his wife? These are Chris Hemsworth's missteps, the questionable Avenger. Chris Hemsworth decided to pursue acting after his brother Luke encouraged him, and in his native Australia, he began slowly making a name for himself on local television. But it wasn't until he moved to the United States and portrayed the Norse god Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe since 2011 that he achieved worldwide fame. Not only for his performance, as it turned him into one of the top 10 highest-grossing actors in history, but also for his great looks and charisma, which have left no one indifferent, not even the stunning Elsa Pataky. The Spanish actress known for her role in the saga Fast and Furious met Hemsworth on a blind date. The love was instantaneous, not delaying in getting married in 2010 in an intimate ceremony in Indonesia, surprising all showbiz media for the discretion they had maintained in their relationship until then. They simply were the perfect couple, or so it seemed.
3 kids now, traveled a lot with both our careers over the years and supported one another. And so to have, a true friend and a partner in all of these experiences is absolutely essential, and I feel very lucky.
A controversial photo with his children would compromise their role as good parents, and they would be accused of harming their little ones. During the birthday celebration of 2 of his children, Elsa took one's head and placed it on the cake, while the other birthday boy tried to avoid the same happening to him. On his Instagram, Chris described the cruel moment his child experienced. "Happy 9th birthday to my 2 little men. Only one way to eat cake in this house, and that's to have mom slam your head into it face first. Hey mom, I don't like chocolate cake, I prefer vanilla. Oh really son, what about now?" While it is a practice that in many Latin American countries is common, in other cultures it is considered quite a violent act, and on social media, they didn't take long to point out to the couple that it was not a proper way to celebrate. Some found it funny, and others called for never doing it again. But this would not be the only time they would be questioned about their behaviors. The problem is that they show too much, sometimes unfiltered things that aren't even suitable for their children. One of these moments was last Valentine's Day, where Chris shared a video with his wife immersed in water. In the video, the actor is seen hugging Elsa from behind and swimming together, in what seems like a romantic moment. But the video's connotation changed with the description that Hemsworth added with a rather risque humor. "Happy Valentine's Day. This year I thought I'd share with you how babies are made in Australia. It's both a game of passion, love, and intense sportsmanship where everyone wants a winner." The reactions were immediate, some celebrating the actor's boldness, and others completely embarrassed. These posts add to unfortunate interviews where they have talked too much about his ex-sister-in-law Miley Cyrus, especially Elsa Pataky, who had such a close relationship with the singer that they even got matching tattoos. But after the breakup between Miley and Liam, she would completely turn her back on her.
Mi cuñado, bueno, pues después de que una relación en la que te has dedicado 10 años, pues como puedes estar, ¿no? Está chafado, pero lo lleva muy bien, es un chico fuerte y se merece lo mejor, además, creo que se merece mucho más.
Even after both appeared in a video dancing to Flowers, and Chris dancing with his daughters to Wrecking Ball, they quickly sided with the younger Hemsworth, despite all the accusations of infidelity towards him. In fact, Chris stated in an interview that his brother was much better away from Malibu, clearly referring to the house he shared with Miley. Even when asked about the filming in which Liam met the singer, he didn't hesitate to send a message of support to his brother.
Is there a role of his that you wish was yours?
No.
Not even the last song?
The last song. The world would have been, his life would be very different, wouldn't it?
But even though Miley is no longer in their lives, they will continue to be part of romantic controversies. This time, due to an awkward encounter with a past love at the 2024 Met Gala, and due to Chris's questionable actions when he's away from his family, where he is portrayed as a drunken playboy. Just a year ago, in 2023, compromising images from a wild party on the Greek beaches of Mykonos of the Hemsworth brothers were leaked, alongside big celebrities like Matt Damon, accompanied by several women. One of the prominent personalities in attendance was Michelle Merkin, actress, model, and presenter, who is seen affectionately embracing the Norse god Thor, sensually playing around with gestures that seemed more than friendly. She is also seen with a group of women without the tops of their swimsuits. Although Michelle is a great friend of Elsa's, it caught everyone's attention that while this royal party was happening, Pataki had to pose alone on the red carpet in Spain and take care of her 3 children at the same time. Although apparently Elsa does not mind this party side of her husband, many have speculated on whether they are indeed the perfect couple they claim to be. For Elsa, Hemsworth was not her first and only love, and the Australian would not easily shake off the shadow of this romantic suitor. This year, 2024, Hemsworth was personally chosen by influential Vogue editor-in-chief Anna Wintour to be one of the co-hosts of the Met Gala.
I didn't know much about the Met Gala, I think and she made a reference last night at the dinner to me wearing flip-flops to one of my first red carpets back in Australia. And the interesting thing was that was actually me making an effort, that wasn't by accident. So this is it's taken a lot of work.
Although the actor admitted it took him a long time to understand about fashion from the events prior to the gala, the Hemsworth-Pataki couple captured all the attention with their wardrobe choices. And on this year's green carpet, they did not disappoint.
Who are you fanning out tonight for?
Fanning out? My wife, always.
But while all eyes were on them, an uncomfortable situation put them in a tight spot when Elsa's ex-partner, actor Adrien Brody, made his appearance just a few meters away from them. This was an intense relationship, so much so that Brody performed one of the most romantic gestures remembered in Hollywood. He gifted a castle to Pataki out of love. Although they didn't face each other in front of the cameras, reporters didn't hesitate to change the mood of the day to claims of tension. But in relation to his latest film, Chris would no longer be asked about his beautiful wife or his idyllic family, but about the truth behind his acting retirement due to fear of forgetting his family forever. Regarding Limitless, documentary series released in 2022 that explores ways we can live better and longer, Chris underwent a genetic test. But what he didn't expect was the heartbreaking truth of what was in his genes. The DNA test revealed 2 copies of the APOE4 gene, which causes between 8 and 10 times more likelihood of experiencing mental deterioration that would lead him to suffer from Alzheimer's. After this heartbreaking revelation, Chris spoke of the fear if this genetic predisposition were to become a reality.
The idea that I won't be able to remember the life I've experienced, or my wife, my kids. This is probably our biggest fear.
This fueled rumors of an early retirement for the actor, especially because after his projects in 2022, he stated that he had decided to take a break from the screens. Even Elsa had confessed that his memory had stumbled in the past. All of this led the press to talk about a radical end to Chris's career, which unleashed the anger of the former Thor, and he declared, "It really upset me, because I felt like I had been vulnerable with something personal by sharing this. As much as I said this is not a death sentence, the story became that I have dementia, and I am rethinking life and planning my retirement." The actor clarified that he does not have Alzheimer's diagnosed, and that the break was only to come back stronger to acting projects that satisfied him. Hemsworth's last appearance on screens is with Furiosa, a prequel to the successful movie Mad Max Fury Road. He stars in the film alongside Anya Taylor-Joy, and specialized critics have already praised it in its first festival showings. Chris plays the antagonist Warlord Dementus, who has much darker characteristics than his iconic Thor. And this was something the actor had been seeking for a long time, as he wanted to break away from the stereotype of the comedic superhero, admitting how much he hated wearing the characteristic red cape. With Dementus, he underwent a complete transformation of his face, using a protruding Roman nose prosthesis that separates him from the heartthrob roles Hollywood had condemned him to. Hemsworth was not happy under the Marvel domain, especially after the terrible reviews Thor: Love and Thunder received. This led him to question his career, where he thought these roles were hindering directors like Martin Scorsese or Quentin Tarantino from calling him.
I'd like to think I have more to offer than just being an action hero.
The role of Dementus has revitalized him in the film industry, hoping to show a more mature facet of his talent, which is bringing great success to his career. The decision on how they raise their children and the relationship they have formed with Elsa to balance personal life and work cannot be questioned. Despite some media problems, the Hemsworth brothers continue to build a promising future. The rumors about Alzheimer's in Chris are dissipating, and he is seen happier and more relevant than ever. Let's hope that despite his genetic predisposition, there are still many years ahead to enjoy his acting talent. Did you know about Chris Hemsworth's medical condition? Do you think he will retire early from acting? Leave us your comment.